here we are with a little tiny workshop, the tiny factory. So I just wanted to give a little bit of a of introduction to some of the tools that I'm using and what I'll be using them for. I'm in the workshop where I work, but things are so busy it's hard to get good shots of things, so I've had to put up some walls. Yeah, here we are anyway. Here's a couple of lamps. I've been testing out some surface finishes this week to see what looks nice. I really like this. It's like a sandblasted and very lightly copper plated brass. Anyway, so just from the start, we have the mill here, we have a little lathe, that doesn't belong there. We have a little lathe, we have a saw, we have a polishing machine, a nice little vise, and my favorite. Anyway, let's start a little bit with the mill. I use the mill for milling these little slots. I could probably do it with a file, but the mill just looks so nice, you know, when everything is just like perfect. So I use the mill for that. Also drilling this hole on an angle, I use a step drill that after 7 millimeters I've ground it back, so when I'm drilling on an angle I still have enough clearance that this shoulder isn't hitting the brass. Otherwise I could just use it like this, obviously, you know, but I have to drill it at 40 degrees. So I've got a cap in my mouth. And what's good about this is it's got a 6 millimeter shaft, and it was basically impossible to find a 7 millimeter end mill with a 6 millimeter shaft. It's just like not a thing that people use, so I had to sort of adapt a Stufenbohrer step drill. Anyway, this goes in here. I'll just turn this guy on. Here we have like the little what is it? I don't know, controller. And we have a nice little red knob. I love the red knob. It's really nice and quiet. Yeah, so this is what's nice about this is, you know, you can use it, you know, like a drill, and then there's also a little lever under here that you can click in, and then you can use this fine adjust, you know, for milling, you know, you would use that. It's got like a little table, like a Kreuztisch, was it cross slide or something? This is a little fixture to be able to hold this, obviously, you know, not in this position, but then I could, you know, perform some kind of like, you know, milling with that. I kind of like having this mill in the middle and this light here that I can kind of like, you know, use it to, you know, sort of light up all my tools. So it's kind of, the tower in the middle is quite handy, I must say. I've got a nice little Proxxon vise. All right, and next I guess we have this is the KT 150 or something, which is a little chop saw. It's got 250 teeth, so I get like a really nice what is it, like a surface finish on, you know, whatever I cut with this. So you know, you can also adjust the angle that you cut at, tighten the knob. Let's see how this little guy sounds. Let's have a look from down here maybe. So you can see there's a little bit, you know, left on here, but let's see, we can go over to my little lathe that I've got set up as a little disc. The next thing that I have is this little guy here. It's called a Model O or Model 0. I had to get it from England. It's like a torch for, I think it's like advertised as a lead soldering torch. But anyway, it's like beautiful, just beautiful. And I've got my oxygen here and my gas here. So let's have a look at this. I need a just beautiful. If we come to polishing machine, you know, it's pretty straightforward. It's nice, it's got a, you know, on off, and it's also really nice and quiet. Sort of the first operation that I have to do is you know, I'll buy something like this, obviously, you know, without the cap, the piece of brass is like cut to, you know, roughly cut to length, but I need to square off this face and put a nice surface finish on it, because at the top part where this is soldered, it has to mate really nicely and be polished. So you know, there's, you know, just extra work that you have to do if you're not if the surface finish isn't well prepared to start with. So I made a nice little holder here, you know, just with some little wheels, and this would basically just get pushed on, and I have a little cutter. Basically, I can come in and, you know, and I can dress the end of this, make it nice and square, and then flip it around and do it to the other side. So this is my little vise. It's actually fantastic. I think it costs something like 27 euros. And it's all metal, it's cast aluminum, I think, aluminium, and it swivels in every direction that you need. It also comes with like a set of soft jaws, and yeah, I mean, for holding like soldering fixtures and stuff, you know, that's like a really nice tool. And here's just like a bunch of tools and whatnot, hand tools, more stuff in the back. I'm not very organized, but just little sanding discs and empty boxes. And so here we have a little belt sander from Proxxon. It's really nice. I use that a lot. Here is a sanding, grinding tool. This one's a pipe sander. More sanding things. A lot of this stuff in here I don't actually. We went in there, and this is my big box. Here's an old part of a prototype, and I was testing some more paints and surface finishes to see what looked nice. Anyway, that's about it. What do I have in here? I have a whole bunch of raw material and my jigs and fixtures. Anyway, I think that's about it. That's can't forget the chair. That's about it there. I just wanted to show a couple of tools that I use, and it's already starting to get some use and not to look super nice and new anymore, but that's good. It's a workshop, but I think it's actually really comfortable to work here. It's nice.